First of all, just credit Michigan State. They played an outstanding game, and we clearly did not. Really didn't play well enough in any of the phases to expect to be victorious tonight. So again, credit to them, and we make no excuses at all in this thing. One thing about conference play, it's a test every week, and we certainly didn't pass this test. So we're going to get back up on our feet, but in a nutshell, we didn't play well enough offensively in the first half. Really couldn't sustain much. Didn't get much going, and then defensively, just one thing on Kirk, just a game. It's been quite a while since we played like that. Really, we're not very sharp in any phase. Didn't tackle well, and so that's just a bad combination. Came back second half, gave ourselves a chance to get back in it. Just couldn't respond in a real positive way. So again, credit to them. They did a great job and certainly deserved the win. And probably the only positive thing I could cite outside, I think our guys have a good attitude and they work hard. But the kick return, it was a little bit of a surprise. I think Michigan State's only had 4 returns this year against them, and they've done a really good job. So I thought that unit did a good job. Region certainly gave us a little spark out there, but it wasn't enough. So we'll get back on our feet and go back to work tomorrow. And I'll throw it out to questions.
We'll start with John in the middle.
Not very often, or John Steffi, Senior Rapids Gazette. Not very often that we're talking about 468 total yards given up. What do you kind of see as those biggest factors that attributed to kind of such a shortfall in that phase of the game?
I mean, it didn't seem like we were doing much really very well, very sharply. Starts at the line of scrimmage. Their guys did a good job there, and just one general comment: we didn't tackle well. Even from the sideline, you could see that. That was pretty much all over the field, not just one position, but we didn't tackle well, and it's hard to play good defense if you don't do that.
Hey Kirk, Elliot Clough, Hawkeye Beacon. You mentioned the tackling. Jay said something about the tackling as well. Was it something like the way Michigan State was running? Was it, Aiden Childs is slippery, right? Or was it just something that just kind of happened tonight that is uncharacteristic?
Yeah, he's a dangerous player, and had the one turnover tonight, but last time I didn't have any, and one tonight. But he's a really dangerous player, very poised and he can hurt you on hand passes. I said Tuesday. So I think it's just everywhere. I didn't see anything that looked really sharp or crisp from the tackling standpoint. And typically we're pretty good, a pretty good tackling team. But it's hard to be a good defensive team if you're not, and that added to the yards. And Michigan State, I thought really played sharp and crisp. Starting up front, but all their guys backs did a good job running the football. Receivers look good, and just to give them credit.
Kirk, Tom Caker, Hawkeye Report. Could you attribute maybe some of the struggles tackling? Castro, Cohen out for part of the game, and can you update their status?
Yeah, I'll start with the status. I expect him to play next week. At least I think he will. We thought he just tweaked his ankle basically. I thought he might have a chance today, but he couldn't go yesterday. So, hopefully with a little extra time today, maybe he'd be all right, but he's not. I don't think it's anything long term. And then, football, you're going to have guys missing. We've got a couple guys on offense out right now. It's just part of the game. And to say that was a big part of it, that'd be a crutch. I think whoever's in there's got to be able to tackle. And all the guys that were in there tackled before. It's, again, I think it's uncharacteristic, but we have to make sure it is.
Tyler Tashman with the Des Moines Register. You built some offensive momentum in the second half. First half, though, was shut out. What did you see as maybe the difference between the first and the second half offensively?
We made a couple adjustments in terms of what we wanted to do, but sometimes it just goes that way. We couldn't get any traction. And then they're an aggressive group. They're well coached and they did a good job. We really couldn't get much started. I think we just had one drive where we moved the ball a little bit, and then ended up coming up with nothing there. I think we punted the ball in the end zone after that one. So, or maybe it was a field goal. But anyway, there wasn't much that looked really good. In the second half, we started getting a little traction and made a couple adjustments, like I said. But even when we were, getting within striking distance, they always had a response and an answer. They had it tough for us.
And Jack handling the drive with Jack. Kirk, you run the ball so well all year. Michigan State hadn't had a game like this on the ground. When you get a young quarterback and he's been 18, just turned 19, they get a bye week. Can that happen sometimes?
Yeah, I haven't experienced that, but it's a credit to them. They certainly had a really good plan, and most importantly, their execution was good. I don't know that there was anything different or new, but they looked really confident. He played really well, and clearly he was leading the football team. It looked like he made a couple good checks out there. So he knew what he was looking for and did a good job executing that. But it's a credit to them. They regrouped and really played a good game tonight.
Seemed like there were some opportunities in the passing game, especially the way they're bringing down safeties. Cade, though, 11 for 23. Kind of how do you evaluate his performance, and was there any thought of going to Brendan at any point aside from the goal line situations?
No real discussion on making a switch, but basically we didn't do anything well enough to win tonight. And that'd be included, Cade missing throws. So we're going to have to do better in a lot of areas, and they'll go back to work tomorrow and look at the film and see what it looks like, and then just try to proceed forward.
Kirk, as far as that second corner spot opposite Jamari, I know you started with TJ and then went to John, no Deshaun Lee. Were you pleased with what you saw from those two guys? Just didn't feel like Deshaun was, a guy you wanted to go to. What was the situation there?
Yeah, I think we'll just keep evaluating it. To your point, we played 3 guys in the rotation. So, we'll just keep rotating them and try to figure out what gives us the best chance. None of the guys are perfect at this point. They're all a little bit younger. And, we'll see who can do the best job in practice and then go with those guys week to week.
3 more questions. Start Tyler.
7 games in, there's already been a ton of peaks and valleys this season. What's your read just on how guys are holding up mentally and their ability to respond the remainder of the season?
We'll find out. Like I said, when you're in conference football, it's week to week. And we have no choice. We've got 3 conference games looking at us before our next time out. And, we can't sit around and feel too bad for too long. We'll feel bad tomorrow for sure. We'll look at the tape, see what we can learn. And we're going to have to make sure the guys get some rest because it's going to be a late night getting back there or early morning, however you want to look at it. But that's football. You got to move on. And whether you win or lose, you got to move on to the next challenge. And those aren't going away. So we know we got one next Saturday, and we got to get ready. That's our jobs.
Blake Hornstein, Hawkeye Headquarters. Kirk, just combining tonight's anomaly, as you called it, with some of the other games we've seen this season defensively, I guess could you describe any level of concern you have for the unit right now?
Yeah, tonight, we didn't tackle very well. We let them move the ball too much. I guess if you want a positive there, at least, we made them kick field goals. We were bending but not breaking too often. But, it's just not, we want to play better defense than we have typically. So we'll go back to the drawing board and start again on Monday when we get on the field and just try to be a little bit more focused and a little better concentration. It's not like we haven't been there, but, tonight we weren't there, and we'll try to get back on our feet and get things squared away.
Kirk, twofold question. 2-point play, you had Cade in at quarterback. You've used Sullivan in those situations. Is there just a more comfort level with him on the 2-point plays? And Cohen Intringer, health update?
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. He's got a hand issue, but I don't think it's going to be career-ending by any stretch. And then the 2-point play, excuse me, we just felt like Cade was the guy better suited for the call that we're going to go with. So nothing too strategic there.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.